All right. So now I'm going to introduce you to the project we're using. There are 3 products in this category that you see most often. This is a collaborative piece of software. It's called Glip. Okay? There's also HipChat and Slack are the other 2 that are in this space. We chose Glip because I like some of its calendar and task features. We're going to look at a lot of screens of Glip and see why it's critical or it's an important system. What it is and why it's killed email for us is that it is a discussion platform. It's a project-based discussion platform. The difference is this. Anybody take place in an online forum? Okay? Or a group chat of any kind, like group chat on Skype or a group chat on... It's kind of like that, but you're not publicly accessible. It's a private company, project-based group discussion. And you can have multiple discussions. And you can invite people outside your organization into protected areas of their own discussion, right? So, for instance, I go here and I invite somebody to this project or this discussion, creates a project team, and then it gives me this screen, and you can see that there's 2 people in this project. It's me and my dog. Well, that's actually a picture of me and my dog too, but that's my dog. Okay, so we can do things like we can post files into it and drag and drop files onto this, documents, links to other websites. We can create tasks. We'll look at what this does. But what it does is it forms a discussion now where we drag and drop, for instance, an image. Hey, is this an image? Can we use this image for the promo item? And down here, thanks, I'll check it out, right? Now we can open up that image and we can actually discuss inside the image, or inside a document, or inside a note, the contents of that item. Okay? But it's real time. We can see conversations occurring, and it's an ongoing... So imagine the email that my director of networks, he says, hey, and he posts a question into a discussion like this where those people are part of it. They can see his question, and in real time as they respond, those questions, their comments would just show up right there. Right? Now there's some training involved, not a lot, it's just really typing into a box. But when I say training, you don't need a lot of meaningless conversation, but still, you can get, hey, does this look good to everybody? Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, it looks good. No, have you thought about this? And if somebody says, have you thought about this? It's not an email going back and forth. In real time, everybody would see it right there. Or if somebody wasn't part of the conversation, they were gone, they were in a meeting. When they came back and logged in, they would see, oh, this discussion was active. They could look at the whole history of the discussion. They could see the development of the ideas as they occurred and come to the conclusion and know what the final item was. Oh, we've set an appointment. We'll be showing this tomorrow at this time. Okay, now they could add their 2 cents. Hey, I won't be able to make it, but could you include this? Then everybody would see in one central place that communication. They're not going back through email. I can search it. I can archive it and save it. Files show up. We'll look at this. We can add other information. I'm creating a task here, actually. Add header image. Right? It gives me information about the task. Add enlightenment to the image. Misspelled. Whatever. Tasks show up right here. Files in the discussion in question show up right here. So every discussion, because you can have multiple discussions, one for every project you work on. So here's what we do, and I'll get to your question. Here's what we do, for instance. When we start a new client, we do a couple things, and we'll explain this more with Google Drive as well, but what we do is we create a Glip project for that client that is private. That's for my team internal. That's so we can talk crap about our clients. No, it's not. But there are conversations that are not appropriate to the client, right? Does that make sense? Like, we could be talking pricing. We'd be talking, hey, we need to get this information. We could say, hey, I messed up and I deleted this stuff, but we recovered it. There are conversations that are not appropriate to the client. Then we create another project discussion, and we invite the client into that project discussion, the key people there. And that's called public client name. Now, they can We have clients who they don't even send us an email. They upload, we do some social media stuff, they upload their promo items, their images, right into a Glip. They don't even care if we're online or not. They upload it there because they know when we log in or on my phone, I'll get a notification because it's mobile. And then somebody on my team, if I'm not active, Judy does graphics and she'll say, oh, we got it, we'll take care of that. Or somebody else on my team could say, Matt's in a meeting, he'll get back to you in 30 minutes. And right away the client's like, okay, it's taken care of. It's real-time communication. This is Glip. This is what we use. So your discussion happens here, files end up over here, events can be over here, meetings, and you can have all these discussions and these people involved in your conversation. Now, you have your internal team, and then you can invite as many external people and guests to your projects as you want. This is why we don't email at our company. There's no reason to. Because you can have a private discussion with somebody one-on-one, and then you can make that a group discussion later and say, hey, let's add this person to it. But you can always have a private discussion one-on-one with people too, including clients, right? So this is kind of what it looks like. Some of the options you have is you have the ability to, in this platform, do a video chat, create events, tasks, links to other websites, notes, and attach files. This is where our communication happens. I can honestly say it's changed the way we communicate internally and with teams. Things are so much easier because if we invite somebody new and we have a project started, we add them to that project, we say, go read through the project notes. By the time they're done, man, I see the files, I see what's been added, I see the task, I can see the discussion you guys had last week, I can look at 2 weeks of discussion. Yeah, I'm ready to run on this. I see exactly where we're at. I'm not forwarding him 20 emails to get him up to date on the project. Does that make sense? Does that, you see why that might be valuable? Right?